Hey, all right. Sorry guys. I was brewing my second cup of coffee, but welcome everyone. Make sure you stick with me here. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. Holy crap, guys. We've been pumping pretty hard today, and it's pretty cool though, because like a lot of the levels that we were eyeing for Bitcoin, it went right to those levels. So we were pretty confident that we were going to be pushing at least close to 120K, and it was from pinching out of this Jesus take the wheel pattern right here. You can see we were just like, give it. And so it was looking really good in that portion of the market here. And then also same deals, that same pattern for Ethereum. It went up to touch that order block at 4,420, and it got a nice little sell. But I think if we can push through this order block, Ethereum actually is headed towards $4,500. And you can see that's kind of where the next big order block of liquidity is sitting. And so yeah, it's looking pretty good. Hope everyone's doing well. Make sure you smash up that like button. We're just gonna do a quick show today. We are going to not too much news. There's not too much news. Bitcoin reached an intraday high of $119,456 today, posting over 9% weekly gains despite the U.S. government shutdown. So that was the thing that people were, not a lot of people, but it was kind of like, oh, what's the shutdown going to do? Is it actually going to make the markets react negatively, positively? But we looked back in historical data, and anytime we had a government shutdown on the day and afterwards, the market's always pumped, average 35%. So that's what the markets are just kind of priced in, that it was going to be a nothing burger. So Fidelity Investments acquired 1,570 Bitcoin worth $179 million via its ETF. So we've been talking about how the ETF flows are coming in strong, contributing to the 15 billion in September of ETF inflows, while Bitwise expanded its holdings. Ethereum rose 5% to 4,389, and Solana has been pushing some volume as well. And we need to remember that basically, if you know, Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana are the assets that have a table that we can check on and see how much they're starting to inflow in these assets in terms of the ETFs. So what's interesting is that we're starting to really get some traction on more ETF flows for Solana, and it's not as much as what Ethereum and Bitcoin are right now, but I think just like how my theory was, and it turned out to be true, it turned out to play out pretty accurate, that Ethereum ETF flows were going to match Bitcoin. And so that's what eventually happened. Ethereum flows matched Bitcoin in the hundreds of millions. They were doing 500 million in one day. And then I think in a total of a week, we had over 2 to 3 billion inflows in just a week. And that was the same that was happening with Bitcoin, and what pushed it to all-time highs. So could the same thing happen with Solana, where we start to get 120 million inflows, 150 million inflows? Because that's in a day, 150 million in a day, and then it just keeps going. That's how Solana ends up getting past $300, $350, breaking a new all-time high. So that's what we're going to be watching for. We're going to be watching for any of those bullish movements with ETF inflows to match with the actual asset. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for that portion of the market. And you know, yeah, the S&P, the stock market, everything is kind of pricing in for the Feds to continue on the rate cut schedule for this year. Q4 is looking really good. We talked about the SEC plans to open the doors for more crypto custody players in the United States, meaning just more, now that there's additional clarity, they can actually, these companies and banks, mainly I think the big thing here is this is going to be banks that are going to be able to offer all kinds of different crypto services, whether they're going to be like, hey, we'll hold your Bitcoin and we'll take a percentage of it. I think if anything, there's going to be a big surge of bank-related crypto products, because they're not going to want to miss the boat on this. They don't want to be irrelevant or or basically just get phased out. So that's why these banks are eventually going to, it's like if you can't beat them, join them. All right, so guys, welcome to the channel. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button because we got 25 people in here today, and I think we got the Piper Academy. They got the Piper Academy in here, so let me get your hats. Let me get the graduation hats in the chat, baby. Let's go. But yeah, let's hit those likes. We got 22 people, so if we can get immediately 22 likes right now, that would be fantastic. We're going to start it off strong this morning. We're going to start it off strong. I think my camera is okay. Now it's good. Camera's being a little weird. A little too much green. I don't want to look like the Grinch today. Felt like the Grinch. I was getting angry like the Grinch. You know, you shouldn't be angry while the market's actually pumping, but you're only angry if you feel like you don't have enough trades in. But, you know, a very smart trader once said, you know, no trade is also a good trade because you're not losing money if you're not in a trade. I'll let you guess who said that. He said it this morning. Good old Alex O Crypto. I say Alexo Crypto and people hate that I say that. I can't help it, but it just rolls off the tongue. But Alex O Crypto. Another O Crypto name. Because we got Dano Crypto, we got Alex O Crypto. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well today. Hope you're doing well. Any questions, concerns? Let's see. Got some news on the crypto slate. So will the UK sell newly sized 7.2 billion BTC to create a Bitcoin treasury or pay victims? So a ruling on loss versus mark to market will decide who gets the upside and how coins hit the market. So let's see what they're talking about here. So the United Kingdom is holding 61,000 Bitcoin worth roughly 7.2 billion. So hopefully they don't pull a Germany where Germany sold their Bitcoin at an average of $56,000 and that thing just ripped. I mean, they would have made $1 billion in profit if they would have just they would have made an insane amount of profit if they would have just held their Bitcoin. Craziness. So after a pleading guilty to fraud, and a January High Court test will determine who will capture the upside from assets seized in 2018. So Zadi Zhang pleaded guilty on September 29th at Southwark Court offenses tied to a multi-year investment fraud that affected more than 100,000 people in China. And then we have investigators recovered 61,000 BTC from a property in Hampstead in 2018. So this is what's really interesting, and this kind of goes back to kind of the legal aspects of when Bitcoin gets confiscated, like what are they going to do? Are they going to sell it? Who's going to basically custodian it? Like that was the big question of Ross Ulrich's Bitcoin and the confiscation from Silk Road is like, what are they going to do with it? You better not sell it. Cynthia Lummis was very adamant to say the government will not sell this Bitcoin. And then so that brings up the question, like, what would be the better thing to do if we have confiscated, seized Bitcoin or whatever it may be? Probably better to hold it, especially Bitcoin, because we saw what Germany did. They sold their stack and then bam, they became the butt of the joke for the run. So it's pretty crazy how that ended up happening. And so it just shows that hodlability and having some diamond hands a little bit and being a little bit patient will pay off. But man, it's hard, especially for us that come here every day. We watch these markets, we watch the volatility, we see all these things happening, and it's kind of tough to just do nothing and be boring and just like not have to always constantly get dopamine hits. It's tough. That's what chops up a lot of people, and where most people end up quitting and they don't follow through with the actual full investment journey, which has you have to learn to just not do as much as the market's trying to tell us to do everything. And it's really tricky. So I hope you guys are like navigating this in a good way, because it's one of the hardest things to just not get the willies, you know, and just start, you know, I'm like an excitable person. And so I have to always watch myself and make sure I'm not getting too crazy. Like I did it already this morning. I totally just did not take advantage of what the market was giving me here. You know, I let it get to me, and it's okay, but it's okay. You know, we're going to learn. Trade Intuition's in the house. What's going on? Running late this morning. Just got back home. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we woke up. We weren't running late or anything. Like maybe we started the stream about a minute late. That might be the only thing that we were late on. But I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you to Army Piper who piped over you guys to the live stream. But remember, there's 26 of you in here. And I know you know where that like button is. I know you know where that like button is. And if you're watching on the TV, we used to say you hit up, right, select. That's the Dano crypto combo. It's right, left, right, left, up, select. And you just get uppercutted. You go up, right, select. And that's how you hit the like button on your fancy TV, okay? That's how you hit it on your fancy TV. It's the Dano crypto cheat code for the uppercut through the ceiling Mortal Kombat style. So just please do so. And YouTube loves it if I can get 20 likes before we're even like 15, 20 before we're like 15, 20 minutes in the live stream. If YouTube sees that I have 20 likes, they will pipe it out to the entire world. So let's go. All right, so I don't know if you guys have ever used Crypto Potato, but it's a really fun crypto news site, aggregate site. Has price analysis, it's got guides, it's got pretty much everything you would want in a news site. And we've always been bullish on Crypto Potato, and I just like the name Crypto Potato. And they actually redid their entire website. It's really cool. Now they have a sidebar. You can put it in dark mode. We always want to put it in dark mode. It's got the articles and news, latest crypto news right here, and I like the design. I think they did a really good job. And so, guys, Zcash explodes 60%. I mean, if Litecoin and Zcash are pumping, then there is no damn reason why Ethereum couldn't go to freaking all-time highs at this point. I mean, give me a damn break, guys. Zcash? Anything that's named cash in crypto is ridiculous, by the way. If it's called Cash, Moon, Safe, it's just run away fast. No one wants the stuff in crypto to be called cash. Zcash, my gosh. Zcash. And was Zcash, I remember if was Zcash actually was Dash, right? Wasn't Zcash Dash? Help me, guys. I think wasn't Dash, wasn't because it wasn't always Zcash. What was it before? Help me. It wasn't always Zcash. Come on, you crypto old school people, help me. I believe they were yeah, privacy tokens. What are those? Yeah, I know. And then Monero, actually, a few days ago, Monero was starting to get some traction too. Yep, 6%. And so Crashies Clay actually had a pretty good thesis. He was like, look, for Monero or for privacy coins in general, he's like, and I think I kind of had this thought too, where will people park their gains and their money at a point to where they do really want privacy? Like say they've been trading Bitcoin, they've been in crypto, and they want to have a chain to be able to move their money through. And Monero might end up getting the end game market share of the bull market. Imagine like the bull market pumps, we top out, and people want to start to move their money through a privacy rail. And so would it be safe to say that Monero might be the in-game rotation for privacy? That would be crazy. And it could be one of the last tokens to pump. We're always curious of like, we know what's usually going to pump first. It's like it carries the markets like Bitcoin and ETH and things like that. We kind of see those like start to carry. Gold's been first. We have gold, silver's been pumping first as the leading indicator for risk on and being out of the dollar. And then now we're seeing the next step is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but then we're going to see the alts as the rotation. And then I wonder, after the alt rotation and we start to get into alt season, would Monero be the in-game rotation? I mean, it's possible, guys. It's really possible. I think that you could have this as maybe a hedge bet, like to say, hey, the Bitcoin whales, said, I'm driving there right now. Where are you driving, JR? But yeah, look at this. Look at this. Crazy. This thing looks like it's in a really rice. Did I just say rice? I'm like, oh, rice. This is in a nice, a nice accumulation. Yeah, it's looking good. My target would be here. You know, you ever do Moonboy measurements? Moonboy measurements are great. Just go here. And that's kind of my target for Monero here pretty soon. Probably sooner than later, to be honest. Sooner than later, to be honest, I think Monero, we could be heading up into $800. $800. So going to $800, 150% move to the upside. We might even do that. I mean, we might even do that in the next couple weeks or something like that. Maybe in the next couple months, maybe possibly even right here. But look, it takes a couple months though with Monero. It's not going to be like a giant pump or anything like that. Because if you see here, we got this. This is the monthly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 months in the green. Then it had one red month, and then it was 1, 2, 3 more months to the upside. This was the bull market 2021. And so could it be that if we did bottom here, if that was the bottom on this trend line, or if that was the bottom on the trend line here, you got one bottom here, one bottom here, and from this portion here, we went up 763%. So, I mean, you could do your Moonboy measurements and go from this bottom and say, okay, well, if we go up 700 and something percent, similar to what we did last time, well, there you go. We get the lighting. My lighting, I feel like is terrible right now because I look a little green, but I look a little washed. I'm already washed as a trader. So I don't need to look washed in my skin tone. It's already bad enough. It's already bad enough, my friends. But we do have a magical number here on look at this. Magical number of Monero. That might actually be the perfect DCA entry. Look at this. 33333. We're about to catch this. We're about to catch a screenshot of this magical number right here. All threes. We're about to get Monero at all threes. That's a magical number right there. That's pretty cool. I love when cryptos end up going like 1111111, 1111111, 33333. Looking pretty good. All right. So in other news, we were mentioning about the DEX perp volume getting out of control. We said that Apex was most likely going to take some market share, and because you got to remember, the second largest exchange in the world is Bybit, second to Binance internationally. So Bybit has a lot of money too. They also have been, for a long time, they've always had the Apex protocol option. And if you remember back in the day on Bybit, when you just had the app in America, you could download the Bybit app, but you couldn't use it unless you were KYC'd with a different passport, couldn't KYC. But if you wanted to do their DeFi option, you would just like double tap the home button and then it would go into DEX. It would bring you into your DEX. And that was how Apex was running. Now you can just completely like use Apex completely separately as its own thing, but it's powered by Bybit. And in my mind, I was thinking, oh, okay, they're definitely going to start to pump this thing. Like they're going to have probably Apex protocol start to do in the billions of volume. Sure enough, and in the daily, sure enough, we were only at 300 million about a week ago. Now we're at a billion. Now we're over a billion. So our trajectory for this is looking like it's becoming true. And it's possible that also with Injective, I think Injective, they just recently did a DEX and there's all kinds of options for that. We were wondering when Injective was going to come back into the light because it was the talk of the town about a year ago, maybe even a little bit longer. And then it just kind of fizzled out. So a lot of chains are starting to look and see the amount of volume and users that they're getting from offering these incentives to be able to use it, because you might get an airdrop, you might get something, you might get whatever. So speaking of airdrops too, I really think MetaMask is going to be pushing to get their airdrop out before the end of the year. Because if you think about it, they would be really stupid to airdrop this thing at the peak of the bull market. Why the hell would they do that? If they're smart, they'll airdrop it before the pump, and then people will use that liquidity to then go into the markets. And so it would be really ridiculous to get an airdrop at the very peak of the bull market to then have people buy tokens to then go down 50, 60%. That would be some BS. So MetaMask needs to hurry their ass and get that airdrop going, and it better be more than 5 clams. That's all I gotta say. It better be more than damn 5 bones. Better be thousands, especially for the people that have used MetaMask like a dum-dum for 4 years, paying swap fees. Gosh. So please, Meta, we really hope you get on the ball here. We know token 2049 is fun, but get back to work. Get back to work. But here's Mr. Joseph Lubin meeting with the MetaMask builders, people all around. And so, dude, I'm telling you, GB, I've been using MetaMask like the whole time. I have used MetaMask for a long time. And if they were able to airdrop a damn 17-year-old that was using Jupiter for 6 months $1 million, they bet. Oh my God, I'm gonna be oh man, I will light MetaMask up. I will go on strike and be like, if MetaMask airdrops us and we only get $5, I will never use that damn app ever again. I will start to promote Rabby Wallet. I'll start to promote Trust Wallet. I'll promote every damn wallet in the freaking universe besides this MetaMask wallet. If I don't get my airdrop, I'll start freaking out. Better get the damn airdrop. Okay, guys. Okay, you're killing me here. You're killing me here. You got to hit the like button. I don't know what's wrong with your thumbs. If your thumbs aren't working, make them work. Yeah, exactly. We've dealt with the glitchiest wallet, some of the scariest moments because of MetaMask, because we thought we lost all our crypto. All of our crypto got deleted off of our app, and then we thought it was all gone. We had to reinstall it, add the coins again, all of this crap. We've had to do so much to deal with MetaMask, so we better get rewarded. I'm talking directly to you, MetaMask. If you're watching this right now, you know damn well what we're talking about. So you better not mess this up. Don't mess it up. Your reputation depends on it. You already were made fun of, so you better airdrop your freaking users thousands so you can say, So you can, yeah, just please don't mess this up. Do not mess this up. You are 100% obligated to not mess this freaking shit up. Don't mess it up. All right, my friends. Let's look at the action here. Let's look at the action. We want to see what's going on. Basically, we had well, here, this would actually be better to do on the 4-hour here. This was our Bitcoin chart of looking to where we could have potentially gone to max pain. Max pain was going to be under 100K at 98. That was max pain. If anything, the market was going to bring us max pain right there. That's done now. I don't think we're going there unless we're going there in the bear market. But I think our bear market price is actually going to be 120K because we're going to be flying to 200. So then our 50%, to the downside from 200K Bitcoin is only going to be a quote 60% crash. Or maybe of a 25% crash. We might even go down to 140 from 200, and that's only a 31% crash. But here's why I have 136 as our next target, breaking a new all-time high at 126. We're in a Wyckoff accumulation, and a Wyckoff accumulation usually does this kind of pattern. It does the yeah, 120K for bear market would be crazy. Yeah, I mean, just think about it. Our bull market target is 250. I mean, I think we could get to 250 probably by the end of the year. And so just think, I mean, we get a 60% crash from 250. See where we could be at. And then that establishes a complete new floor of support for 120. Imagine 120 being support, because then we turned 100K into support. The bulls turned 100K into support instead of it being a resistance point. And so this is what could happen over time, is that like the nature of Bitcoin will have certain prices turn into support instead of being like massive resistance. And that's amazing. Just imagine like now we have a floor of Bitcoin at 120K, It's a beautiful thing, but we want bull market mega prices. We want this thing to pump. But why we wanted to point out the fact of this max pain, because we got 98K here. From that max pain bottom, we went up 25% and broke into the new all-time high. Now, I'm betting that we do that exact same movement. So all we did was just copy the price range move, 25%. And just if we go 25% from this bottom, which is a pretty good double bottom pattern here, Wyckoff, double bottom, run up to the resistance through line right here, which was 119,000. It touched it perfect. Now it's kind of going sideways a little bit. It's going to kind of, do a little chop. It does this. It does a little chop. And then the next move up is usually the measure of from one of the bottoms to the top. So then we're gonna grab it right here, and this is where we actually end up getting to that 130,000 Bitcoin out of this. Now that's my best case scenario coming out of the Wyckoff. We have this order block here. You can see it, the red order block. And that price here was at 120K. So that 120K, isn't it funny that I literally, as I'm explaining this, I'm like, look, we will turn 100K into support. It's been resistance now, two times. Right here, we're going to turn 120K into support. Now this is it. I think we're going to turn 120K into support, and that will be the bottom of the bear market, 120. And we're going to launch from 120 right now into $250,000 by the end of the year. That's my best case scenario. That's my price call. And then from there, we could crash back down to 120. Be a mega crash. How much would that be? If we're at 200,000 or 205,000. We crashed to back to 120. It's only 42%. It's really not. It wouldn't even be that much of a crash. But just imagine when we're up in these price levels and what the rest of the market's going to be looking like. I mean, it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see where the alts could truly go this time with the nature of the setups that we have here. I mean, we just have every bullish setup we could ever imagine to go into the rest of this year and next year and the next few years to just be bullish crypto. So I hope you guys are bullish too. Hope you guys are bullish. And thank you for sticking with me this whole time. You guys, we've had 27 concurrent viewers this whole time. The only thing I ask you to do is smash up that like button. We don't have any paid groups. We don't have any paid nothing. The only way that you can directly support the channel is if you want to use my links in the description. And thank you for sticking with. We don't have classes or anything. I mean, we just hope that if you're going to trade or if you want to test out some stuff, if you want to directly support the channel, this is the best way to do it. And like we said, we were talking about Apex OMNI. So we're partnered with Apex OMNI. And I think that was a great choice for us to do that. And we've liked working with them. They've been very, very nice, communicative. And that's the whole thing. I like working with people that I can get in contact with. They're going to help me do campaigns. They're just going to be super bullish. And so that's why we like PHEMEX, we like OURBIT, Apex. They've always been super, super nice and helpful. And we just want to continue working with people that are cool. So if you guys want to also get an opportunity to get an airdrop, you want to sign up with the Apex OMNI link, because you're going to get an airdrop if you use the platform, but also you will get $20 extra, $20 bonus if you sign up and deposit $100 into your account. You'll get an extra $20 airdrop to be able to use for whatever you like. So make sure you check that out. I'll put the link in the description. I think this is like getting in early to something. Like I said, that's like Aster, that's like Hyperliquid. And look, I mean, and the application is actually really good. Like, I like the app. I like the trading application. I think the order books are solid. It does respect your limits pretty well. And also there's a lot of volume starting to come up on this protocol. So just keep your eyes out for this. And if not this, like, just check out other stuff as well and see where you can find some opportunities. The past 90 days, crypto, or let's just say just the past like 12 months, we've only had a couple spikes in interest. And we're still down in interest for crypto, in terms of like, just blue collar, regular, retail, not retail that's like rich retail. I'm not talking about like rich retail that has, is able to like know that they have access to infinite information on the freaking internet, and they should already know about crypto and should be investing in it. I'm talking about the people that are just like willingly, blindly just ignoring stuff, and they just really don't, they think they're just like, they think they're being safe and risk and being less risky by not getting into crypto. That's what's hilarious. Most retail people and blue collar people think that they're taking off the risk. Like, oh, I'm not at risk at all. I'm not at risk because crypto is a scam, so I'm not going to invest in it. I'm not at risk at all. Dude, you're at massive risk if you're not investing any dollars at all, because inflation and debasement of the currency and everything's getting more expensive. So if you make $50,000 a year and you don't put any of those any amount of that $50,000 into any investments, then guess what? That $50,000 just turned into $25,000 of purchasing power for the next year. You just screwed yourself. And the government won't tell you that. Fed won't tell you that. They're lying. All the numbers are BS, and you need to invest. That's the answer. You don't need to worry so much about all these freaking numbers. You need to invest, and you need to double, triple, quadruple down, and that's it. As much as we could go and micro analyze all these PPI, CPIs, GDPPI, poo-poo-poo-pa, R2D2, C3PO figures, you know what? None of that ever mattered. It never mattered during the cycles of years ago when we were accumulating crypto at freaking lows. All you had to do is just hold and ignore everything and know that it's going to go up. Your portfolio is probably going to fluctuate, but if we would just double, quadruple freaking down on crypto and know that, like, how is this not, like, this is the financial frontier, the new financial frontier. Completely. Like, this is like fax going to email. Remember how people thought the fax was just like, oh my God. They thought the fax was like, woo. People were like, I can fax a document over, and they'll send a document through the fax. So if you don't think everything that has to do with financial services is gonna like, if you don't think it's gonna be on chain, then you just have to go back into history and look at how things progressed in tech, and the things that we used to use, we don't do it anymore. It has changed. The world has changed substantially. So, all right, let's check on ETH. Let's check on ETH real quick. ETH was giving us some action, but also some volatility. We're at 4,400 ETH currently right now, and we're really wanting to break the order block that was sitting at 4,004. It was like 4,500, I think, was like the sell block right here. And we're just right up in this area, which is cool because we said this was looking like an inverse head and shoulders. And if that's the case, it broke and created the right shoulder, and then it broke out of that to the next range here. We marked this range because that was some support that we saw that brought us up to almost the all-time high. So it's like, if we can just get that as support again, then we went up from that support a good 7% on ETH. So if we can pump from here 7%, break that order block, yeah, we'll be in some good territory. We'll be in some decent territory. Ticker Bitcoin. Let's look at ticker Bitcoin. Hope all the Sprotos are doing well. We got some Sprotos in the house. Make sure you guys are reposting and sharing the live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got 27 people on X. Thank you. So if it's 27 people, then that's 27 real people right there. That's 27 real people right there. Sometimes when we have over 100, I feel like they're not real because only about like a few people actually message. But some people are shy. They don't want to reveal themselves. They're grifters. They're lurkers. So if you're a grifter and a lurker and you've been on this channel and you haven't messaged me, you haven't made yourself known, please do so, because I'd love to give you a shout out. And that's just what we have to do. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We're going to stream right to 12 o'clock. So we got 20 more minutes. So stick with us to the very end and make sure that we can get 20 likes before we end this live stream. That would be fantasmicalicious. Would be super cool. All right. So for all you XRP people out there, we talked about XRP TA. There is some support building up pretty substantially. Analysts are seeing a $3.13 as the breakout pivot, opening targets towards, look, $4.13. That's exactly what I was saying the other day. I don't even like XRP, and I'll still give you the TA for it. So then if you want to trade it, I mean, I might trade it myself. I might get in a swing long on XRP, because here's the target. Literally just like that is the exact TA that we gave the other day for XRP. We said that XRP has some really nice support sitting exactly right where we're at, because that was the last support level through here that got us to break into some of those all-time highs, or close to the all-time highs. The test here. So that's really nice support. Oh yeah. That's still the same support. Yeah, so that's the same support because we marked it. We have support right here. We got support right here. right here. So there's a couple different areas where you have support for XRP, and it looks really good. So yeah, this is a great support level. Let's clean up the chart a little bit here. Just gonna take all this stuff off. I don't want to take that off. I don't want to take my ribbon off, but we'll take that, all this stuff off the chart. But the whales like trading XRP though. XRP is still one of those coins because it's just been around for so long that XRP can kind of get into a range. Like for instance, like look at what it did. For once it peaked up right here at $3.63. It's literally just been ranging. You could be like, all right, here's support right here. Here's resistance, and you could just be bing bonging this thing all around. And that's honestly probably what the whales and the traders are doing. And they're just waiting to kind of pinch it a little bit. You can even see the bull flag kind of forming here. That's the flag. We're getting to a point where it will break out. And why we even have that breakout marked like this is because that's the length of the pole. So it's eventually it will break up, and then that's the target is that that $4 and actually really the true target being more so this $4.50. That's actually what we're calling for XRP is at $4.50. And that would be a really, really great low leveraged swing long. Yeah, I mean, it actually looks really good. Yeah, this is a nice flag forming. This is a really nice flag forming here. We just need some volume. And I think what will push XRP into that is ETH breaking all-time high. Like ETH breaking all-time high is just going to be a really nice push and signal for other altcoins with yeah, it's just going to push sentiment into the alts. ETH is always a nice driver for alt speculation, and then that will give sound the alarm. Like look. I mean, Sol is doing the same thing. Sol's starting to build up that liquidity. Like I said, it's the uptrend is it's in an uptrend now. It's in a really nice uptrend. If you're looking at this right here, nice bounces on that trend line. 1, 2, 3. And a third bounce on that trend line brings us up to, that nice order block. So it looks like a lot of these alts right now are heading to their sell order blocks that happened in January. Yeah, I mean, if you go to the 3-hour chart, a lot of these big sell order blocks are coming up to where we had the big sell-off in January. You see January, and then look at this rundown, man. Look at that rundown. What institutions are snakes? But look, at least we get the opportunity to try and, ride with that volatility, man, because that what a nice little drawdown. Then look, you can even see the Wyckoff accumulation that happened in the bottom here. And the drop, though, was really aggressive. Like, that drop was super aggressive, but you can even still see kind of a little bit of a W and how they still brought it to the through line resistance right here, chopped it. But look, this is what's crazy. See, this is why I think this is going to happen with these coins that are currently in Wyckoff, and the price is sitting right here. Because look at what happened when it went sideways, and then look at what it does. It goes up almost the same length of where it had the breakout from the bottom. Close, but like that's kind of like, I would say that's like a 90% chance that if you see a coin that is in that pattern, then there's a big chance that you will see it break up. Big chance you see it'll break up. So let's see. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We really appreciate it. All right, before we end, is there anything you guys... Did someone say money? I was about to say, did anyone want me to do some TA on a coin? And then Headband's like, did you say money? All right, so we'll do some TA on Headband's money. This is a token that he found at around... Where did you find it? About 5 million or 10 mil? Was it 10 million? I think you showed me at 10 million is when you showed me. Was that about 10 million? And then your DCA, like, good accumulation zone was about 15 million market cap. Was it 1.7? Dang. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Oh, I gotta go. I had that chart already up. Where'd it go? Monopoly money. Ah, crap. Okay, market cap is at 30 mil now. Liquidity 1.2. 7 months ago. Okay, this is the right chart. What in the Lord? What in the what? Stop it. Oh my God. Look at that. Did I not TA this like that? Holy whoa. You can't stop it. Did I not TA this and say, yeah, there's probably a good chance that it hits the fib on 1618? Son of a gun. I need to listen to myself. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Can you just tell me to listen to myself? God, I'm an idiot. Jeez, I'm a freaking idiot. I just gotta, I don't know. I gotta rethink my life. I had to rethink my life. Tired of like doing good TA and not pulling the trigger on my own damn TA. This has been happening to me recently where I'm like, it's like, who cares if you were right? Did you do anything about it? That's like Headband. He was like, yeah, bro, you had the Apex chart the whole time, but you didn't buy. Yeah, washed. I was like, and you just, I'm like, and I just start crying. I'm like, I'm like the what's the guy, that classic cry video? Your family's all here in the room. Is the bull market in the room here now with you? Are they here? Are the spirits here with you right now in the room? Can you hear them? Are they talking to you? I swear, guys, I really believe it, man. We will be rewarded. I think if we've suffered enough, man. I just like, you know, we've lost so much hair. I mean, if you look at the back, look at my head. Look at my head. I'll show you guys. Look. You see that? That right there. You see it? I've lost so much hair. My hair's thinning. I'm going gray. I'm like, can we take any more? Can we take any more? I can't take it anymore. I'm literally about to have the hairstyle of the monk friar, where it's like, it's all bald right here, and I just have like thick hair going around here. Freaking badge of honor. But like, that guy was in crypto. That guy tried to trade too much. Well, all right, my friends. It is 11:53. Yeah, Jordan Shirtless said, same. I have gray and thinning hair now, and I'm not old at all. I'm just turned 30. Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad, guys. Like, it really is. Like, crypto will take years off of your life, and you are taking that as that's the drawdown. That's the setback. Is like, what are you willing to give up? Your sanity, your freaking hair. Like, you're going to not think about anything else anymore or talk about anything else once you get into crypto, because then it just consumes you. You see that people have been able to make money fast and really like fast track their success. So it's very alluring. So then you think, you're like, well, I could do that too. I think I can do that myself. I think I can do that. If he can do it, I can. If they can do it in the trench, I can do it in the trench too. I don't know why I just started sounding like Sally from Georgia, but you get the point. You get the point. Dave Digital said, yeah, you need good supplements, guys, right? Yeah. No, good supplements. I noticed my hair was doing a little bit better. It was growing a few years back. It was like I was actually I was taking more what was I taking? Neocell. I was taking Neocell collagen. And that seemed to help. I probably should just start doing that. I gotta supplement some collagen. That probably would help thicken it up a little bit, because I mean, it probably for here it looks like it's thick, but dude, it's so thin. Oh my gosh, it's so thin. But I managed to hide it pretty well. It's like the way I style my hair, you'd never you wouldn't be able to tell unless I do what I just did back here, where I showed you the truth. It's like when you look at the camera, it's like when you look at the camera, the security camera at Publix or Walmart, and you go, you're just like, what the fuck? You're like, that's what I look like? You're like, how does my wife sleep at night? That's what I look like? You're like, Jesus. It's like, K-Pac's like, let it go, sir. Let it go. Just let it go. I know. No, my wife doesn't care at all. She actually really doesn't care. She's like, I do not care. It is like, she's like, that is not like what I think about. She's like, just be rich. She's like, I don't give a shit what you look like. She's like, can you just be rich, please? That's what all she wants. She's like, can you just do crypto right? That's probably what she would actually like. She's like, can you just do crypto right? Can you? It's been 4 years. In 4 years. That's honestly, my wife is a saint. She's let me She has let me be in crypto, and she knows too much. She knows everything. I mean, that's the thing. If you are in crypto, you have to be honest and have accountability. Oh, she will. Yeah. My wife, here's the thing. My wife with her ETH in her wallet will end up saying 10K, and I'm going to be over here like this, like in a stray jacket. I'm in a fucking stray jacket because I lost my mind. And my wife's like, well, my ETH is really doing good in my trust wallet. And I'm going to be like, again, in the corner, just like losing it. Like I literally had a mental freaking breakdown. No, but my wife is my DCA hedge. Every time I'm like, just buy ETH, please. Please just buy ETH. I don't care. Just buy ETH. You're like, he just has spot buys. K-Pack's like, I'm trying to be crypto face over here. I'm trying to be the woman version of crypto face. K-Pack. K-Pack's like, I'm about to be pulling 200K trades over here. Don't watch my live stream. If you want to pull 200K trades, go watch Trade Intuition. It's like when the wife beats your March Madness bracket. That's funny. That's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. $20 minutes left. There's now 1 minute left. You guys got 1 minute to give me your manifesto. That's how I Trade Intuition. That's how I started. I started with like $5. I was like, let me just test out $5. $5. And this was in 2022 or 2023. And then I was like, okay, let me feel how it feels to, because I knew I was going to lose it. It's like, if you just like, look, I'm going to start with $25 and I might as well not have it. I might as well have just gone and bought like a meal or something and just poop it out. Like, this is how you really would need to start. Don't start with the demo account. You need to start with the real $25. This is not financial advice. I'm an idiot. Start with $25, lose it so you can feel it. You need to feel losing the $25, because if you convince yourself that you're a genius and you are a master trader because somehow you did turn that $25 into, say, then whatever it is, I need you to feel the feeling of losing it, because the moment that you lose, then say the $1,000, you're gonna feel something inside of you that you're not gonna like too much. You're not gonna like that feeling. So you need to figure out how to deal with losing. And even with just investing in general, you need to like be prepared to say, okay, what's my portfolio worth right now? What's my portfolio worth right now? Is it $5,000? Okay. What are you going to do if that went to zero? What are you going to do if that went to zero? Would you give up? Would you reaccumulate again? Are you going to lose your mind? How are you going to handle that? People in 2022 lost everything. Everything. I lost everything. I got 20% of my crypto back. I had to start from freaking scratch. 2 times I've had to start from scratch. First time, DCA'd, I had to sell it all. Second time, DCA'd. Guess what? Got rugged by the industry. Got a little bit back, still had to sell it all. So I've had to build up my portfolio 2, almost 3 different times. From scraps, from nothing. Thousands to 0. It's a prerequisite. Oh, 150. She kept adding margin. She was on cross. Oh, God, yeah. No, when you're on cross, you get jacked, dude. So Hyro was trading cross, and so because he was trading cross, it'll readjust your trades, and it'll take margin from other trades and margin from your account to make sure you don't get liquidated. But what that can do is jack up your ratios, and it completely can wreck you. So it's actually safer to do isolated, and you set your limits, you set the stop losses, you set your take profits, you can add and decrease margin on your own, and each contract is separate and isolated to its contract. When it's cross, each contract is cross margined. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. So if you're crossed, you better have a stop loss. You better have to figure out where you're going in the trade, because at a point where you lose, I mean, it's just going to be like, pop, it'll pull in margin so you don't get liquidated, and then you blew up your entire account because it just took margin out of your account to go into the trade and the other ones, and it's like, oh, it can turn into a freaking disaster. So that's honestly like my best advice for you guys if you're going to be doing cross or isolated, and the difference between the two, because I didn't know what the heck the difference was, and I understand it a little bit better now. And correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm doing a terrible job explaining it. Best way to explain it is cross. It is taking your margin and also cross margining through your contracts in the trade. When you have an isolated trade open, that's one contract, one margin, you set the increase and decrease, you have full control. Does that make sense? All right, anything else we want to chart? This is freaking crazy, guys. Holy crap. I got to check my money balance, because I did DCA a little bit of money. I did DCA it. Where is... I got to see what's going on here. Dang. Nice. Okay. Would have been nice to buy a little bit more of that. Holy crap. Oh, I gotta migrate. I gotta migrate now? Migrate tokens or lose them? Oh my gosh. What the heck? Hold on. I have 1 hour? Jeez. Well, just link me to the right migration. Where do I have to do it? I don't want my wallet to get fished. So make sure to send me to the right place, Headband. And I'll do it right now. Okay, let me just go to the Twitter. What's going on here? All right, where's the migration? Okay, migration from money to Zero is now open. That's a pinned comment from Monopoly Money. Only way to migrate is through the Migrate Fund app here. Okay. Migrate.fund. That's not the right link. Are you trying to fish me, Headband? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, hold on. Let me see what the hell's going on here. Copy clean link. Let me see what's going on here. The heck's going on? We're about to do some DeFi. We're about to do some DeFi. Migrate.fun. Okay. Did it, okay, menu. Connect. Oh, God, am I really going to connect my wallet to this? Oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I guess I'm doing it. Who cares? I only have $50 on my Phantom wallet anyway. It's not like I'm gonna, you know, any hackers would be very disappointed if they hacked my wallet. They'd be like, "You keep it." They probably wouldn't even steal it. They'd feel bad and looking at my wallets, and they'd be like, "Bro, you got some work to do. Like, you got some work to do, buddy." You receive, what am I going to receive? Token migration. Why am I getting MFT? Burn MFT later to claim Zera. Oh, what is this? What is this? Don't migrate, see what happens. I know, yeah, you're like, yeah, see what happens. Don't migrate your token, see what happens. See what happens. I don't have that many tokens. I literally only, look, that's all I got. I'm an idiot. You were telling me for the past couple of weeks to buy this. I'm a dumbass, so, but whatever. I accept. I'm gonna migrate the tokens. Dude, I told you, Headband. I told you guys, like, as much as I want to buy these new tokens and stuff like that, I'm going to buy a little bit, but I'm still like, I am convinced that if I don't get more ticker Bitcoin and ticker Bitcoin goes to where it does, and it's one of those situations where, again, I was right and felt and it was on the right tick and I didn't double down on it, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. I will lose my mind. So just know I might end up in a freaking loony bin if that's the case. So I just don't want to be that. I just don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be, again, the guy that was early and then you come back and ask me, well, why aren't you a millionaire yet? Oh, it's because I didn't trust myself. I hate myself. Why didn't you double down? I don't know. I hate myself, I guess. It's just like the damn ticker Bitcoin commercial. Well, unless you hate money. There you go, Headband. Time left 0 hours. Oh my God, I almost didn't make it. Okay. All right, well, there we go. Should I share it on X? Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, yeah. My cats need food and I need to get the heck out of here. My cats are literally about to beat down my door. Okay, done. Got the migration, cool. Alex, oh, crypto is so long, super long. I know. Yeah, you've been long. You're long and strong, baby. We're stupid. We see, here's the deal. We've been trying to pass this breakout prop. We should have passed it 17 million times already, but we really have just like let our squirrel brain get to us. And it's funny when you practice your risk management, it's what actually can end up kind of wrecking you to the upside, because sometimes when it's just up only, you get these little quick wicks, you go boom, and then just go shoom, and then it'll shoot up and it just leaves you in the dust. You just get left in the dust. And you're like, but I was being a good boy. Why am I not being rewarded for being a good boy? All my take profits and stop losses kind of jacked me up on my own prop to be able to get to 500. I stopped my own self, but whatever. What the freak ever. But all right, guys, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it. We would stream for hours and hours. James Wicks. Yeah, I call her James Wicks. James Wicks. That's hilarious. Yeah, I like that James Wynn just came on the timeline and just like was like getting everyone super excited, engagement farming, then posts up a donation address and people actually sent money to it. I'm like, we've got to be able to make it in crypto. If that mother effer can end up doing that, it's pretty freaking crazy. That I don't know why, but that pissed me off so bad. I was like, this dude's gonna engagement farm that much and then proceed to post a donation address so people feel bad for him for getting liquidated. I was like, I had to hold back screams into the computer, because while we're trying to be like, at least have, good ethics and good morals and like, earn it the hard way here, we got people like James Wynn posting donation addresses. Reminds me of Ben.eth. So I think why it got me so mad. But all right, my friends, thank you so much again for tuning in. You guys completely destroyed the likes. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the OGs coming in the house. We got Alex Crypto. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel if you have not already. I appreciate K-Pack for coming back in. The fact that she came back, I didn't scare her away that first time. That's always a good sign. Shout out to Wick. Shout out to Trade Intuition. Shout out to Hyro, John316. Shout out to Army Piper. Shout out to JR. Anyone who's still here, I really appreciate it. Everyone who tuned in today. Shout out to Headband. Shout out to all the people in the crypto communities. Remember, when you tune into this live stream, you guys are a part of the Dano Dojo crew, where we come in and we train, and sometimes we're going to get a little bloody. We might get a little scuffed up. We might get rocked or bonked a couple times. But guys, that is how we are going to earn our black belts in crypto so we can go and kick some ass. All right, so let's go, my friends. Have a good rest of the day. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're not going to be doing an 8:30 live stream tonight. We were only doing those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And we just hope you guys have a fantastic day. Happy trading. And let's see what happens through the rest of this week. All right. Love you guys. Have a good rest of the day. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworkers you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
hposni.com.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you a really quick metric that I found fascinating. So 41% of the people that have been watching this channel and actually liking the channel and the content have not subscribed. 41% of you, but I will say 58% of you subscribed. Amazing. You guys are doing awesome. But I want to say that the people that are not subscribed yet, please, won't you consider subscribing to the channel and joining the Dojo crew, where we are educating ourselves. We're in the markets every single day. We're live streaming Monday through Friday, and we're also posting content on a daily basis that is keeping up with these cryptocurrency markets. And this is where the money is flowing right now, guys. So if you want to get these updates and you want to be ahead of the game, I suggest you start subscribing and dinging the bell to be notified whenever I go live and post content, because you do not want to miss it.